Hey, episode 185. Caesar took the chain out.
185, ready to go.
Yeah. Don't reach for my chain. Don't reach for my chain.
Don't reach for my chain. Don't reach for my chain.
I'm kind of down to name the episode that for no reason.
Don't reach for my chain is a great episode name. I want to make a podcast called Don't Reach for My Chain. That'd be hard. That's a really good music podcast name. Don't Reach for My Chain.
Talk about rappers and them getting killed.
Well, it's cemented on here. When we make a music, when we retire from We Made It podcast and make a music podcast, it's going to be called Don't Reach for My Chain.
We can talk about rappers that got their chain snatched.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to run low on episodes, but I'm down. I mean, the list isn't comprehensive.
We'll just make stuff up.
Okay, I'm down. Y'all see Macklemore get his chain snatched?
Episode 185. We Made It podcast. Yes, that's 185.
Jesus.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? You know that we got our Twitter taken away right before. We got our Twitter taken away, I think, in May. Because it was before George Floyd. And then, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that was a blessing in disguise in some ways.
And then I got my Facebook taken away, so someone's on to us.
They reached for our chain.
I'm getting shadow banned.
But, you know, we got the Twitter back. But, yeah, it was a blessing in disguise because I definitely would have been going nuts on the We Made It podcast Twitter at BN Sports. Shout out to BN Sports. Qatar and Saudi Arabia have rekindled their relationship. The embargo is over, so hopefully BN get that bread back.
They sure as hell need it.
Indeed. Saudi Arabia reached for their chain. But yeah, episode 185, that's a lot. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. On Twitter, we were talking recently about episode 12 when Caesar and I did the all-NBA soccer starting 11, and it was very funny.
It's still solid, though.
Yeah, it was funny because Caesar didn't know that Anthony Penny Hardaway was American, and he thought that he was Nigerian.
One of the worst things to find out in history. I feel like I've been fed lies my entire life. I thought he was one of us. I realized he's just some boring American. What a loser.
That was literally one of the most genuine, hardest laughs I've had on We Made It podcast. Like that one and the Gervinho Conehead picture.
I mean, it's the Gervinho's good because, like, I remember I saw him playing Arsenal one time, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's kind of good." And then, like, he got tackled by I forgot what his name was. It's the guy that did the nose thing with the Zlatan.
Okay.
He used to play for Newcastle at the time. I remember this game. Like, I'd never forget this game in my life. It was Newcastle versus Arsenal. Lord knows why I'm watching this. He, like, fouls the hell out of him, and it, like, bumps Gervinho's headband, his little tie, and his head thing, and it's, like, the here. I was like, oh, God! Oh, no! It's like watching someone's toupee get pulled off. I was like, no! Just go bald! What are you doing? Who goes and starts braiding him from back here and then finishes here? And they're like, good job, man. All right. Does he get half off? Like, what happens, dude? I'll never forget that. And then when he started wearing that big old soccer girl hairband, I was like, my guy. There you go. There we go. Well, that's why his career resurged after that. He got the headband. Everybody started liking him again.
Well, I forgot what happened. We were looking for a picture of Gervinho, and then that Conehead picture came up, and I was crying.
Whoever made that is a horrible person, yet hilarious.
And then we used it for our episode cover.
And then after that was Protect Philippe Coutinho.
Yeah. Anyway, episode 185. Got a lot to talk about today. We're going to try to keep it short. We have not talked yet about Pochettino going to PSG. We'll start off with that. We're going to talk a little bit about Benzema potentially getting back on the French national team. And I have something I want to bring up about that, a question for Caesar. Talk about some rumors and some transfers that have happened this January window. Hopefully we can get to talking a little bit about Hope Solo and Carli Lloyd. They recently were on a podcast, I want to say. and they were talking about how they were bullied when they first got into the U.S. Women's National Team, as young people. I want to say teenagers, and hopefully we can also get to Bill Belichick, the coach of the American football team, the New England Patriots of Massachusetts. Anyway, Caesar, quickly. Actually, today PSG played Marseille in the French Super Cup. I don't know why the hell they're even wasting their time doing that, but PSG won 2-1. Cardi scored a little whack goal, and Neymar got a penalty. Eddie Cardi won, and Dimitri Payet scored for Marseille. It was a really dope goal. But Caesar, what do you think about Pochettino to PSG?
I think in terms of looking at the market who's available, it's a good signing by PSG. I can't hate that signing. There's no reason to. I mean, it's not like you're going from some perennial massive winner to if you were going from Zidane to Pochettino, I would say you downgrade in life. That's what I would say. But if you're going from Tuchel to Pochettino, I'm all right, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You just do the same as Tuchel. It's just he could flame out and not get a trophy. Tuchel did the same thing, other than winning the domestic league, though. And I think 2 cups, right? They won 2 cups
with under Tuchel.
I think 2, right?
They won the league. I think they won the league every
year.
I
meant the cups, the little French.
A couple.
Whatever.
They lost.
Domino's Cup and stuff like that. Yeah.
They lost a couple of them cups.
Which they all should have won. They should have won all of them.
True.
But whatever. He's gone. So I think it's a good move. One thing I will say I like about Pochettino, he speaks many languages. That's pretty cool. It's good that he's able to speak Spanish. He used to play for PSG. It's good that PSG is getting someone. I think PSG, it's important for them to get people like Pochettino also, because they don't have a very storied history. In terms of going way back, and back in the days it was the Lyon that was dominating, and the other teams in France, it wasn't really PSG. So it's cool to see them getting someone from their past and making them. It's cool to show a little lineage, because everybody's perception is PSG. They're so recent, other than the Ronaldinho times, but they're so recent. So it's cool to see them get somebody that used to play for them too. Yeah, so I think it's a pretty good move. I can't really complain. And one thing with Pochettino, me and him have the same trophy case still. So now he finally has an opportunity to get one. This is an easy out. And I'm also happy because thank God that puts to bed Pochettino Real Madrid rumors. Thank God. I hate that rumor mill so much. I hate it because the comment section is all racist against Zidane. So it's Zidane low-key be getting racism against him, dog. I'd be feeling bad for him, dog, come on, brother, man, what happened? So they'd be going against him, and now it's going to shut down because he's going to be at PSG. I don't have to hear that crap anymore, because that was the only Real Madrid rumor all day was the damn Pochettino crap.
They think Odegaard should be the coach over Zidane.
They would definitely do that. I'm how quickly they forget them chips, right? How quickly they forget.
They think Odegaard and Bale should be the coach over Zidane.
But it takes some nerve for a team to win 3 UCLs in a row, and then you get in that comment section and you say Zidane's a garbage coach, needs to get fired. I'm dude, what standards do you have?
He's coached there 5 seasons, correct?
Yes, 2. He's coached there 5 seasons.
Okay, and so
he won 3 Champions League out of 5 years. 3
Champions Leagues and 2 leagues. But we're not talking about Zidane. Okay, Pochettino to PSG. I mean, it's funny. One day, I kind of want to do this again. We've talked about it before a few times, but I really want to talk more about this myth of tactics. We kind of already did the football intelligence myth. I want to have a show where we talk about the myth of tactics, because I'm really getting tired of this shit, dude. A coach, a team wins a game and they're oh, it's tactics. I'm did you see those goals? Literally it was just a header on a corner. So Pochettino, he don't have no tactics. He was playing a 4-2-3-1 with Tottenham usually. I think at some point he kind of went to 3 in the back at some point. It doesn't really matter. You're just you got Mbappe and Neymar. You're gonna you're gonna just play they're gonna dictate the game. Mbappe and Neymar. From what I was seeing, they were saying like, oh, Pochettino is like he likes to have really intense training sessions and he likes to do double training some days. And I'm like what do you like an intense training session? Like you're not gonna come to PSG and do that. Like they're gonna be like, we don't need to do that. We don't need to run around on like a fifth size of a field and like shoot into a mini net. Like we don't need to do that. So I don't really know like what he's gonna bring as a manager. I listened to Aaron West talk about. He had like a 10-minute clip or something talking about Pochettino to PSG. Sadly, you can tell he doesn't really know much about PSG because he was saying like, oh, there was issues with Thomas Tuchel with Mbappe and Neymar. And I'm like, actually, no, they like Thomas Tuchel a lot, actually. Tuchel had issues with management.
If anything, I'm sure they would like be thankful to Tuchel for teaching them like a new way to play, kind of in terms of like moving them positionally and getting them to get along better. Like,
I mean, I don't really know about that as much, but I feel like they liked him as a person.
I don't think Tuchel's like hated really.
No.
He's not. I don't think he's really that kind of stance,
Mbappe did like a really big like post for him, like after he got fired or whatever.
Yeah.
But as far as Pochettino, I'm just like Pochettino to me seems like this is what I feel from him, that he's like kind of stuck up and like kind of like a stick up his ass kind of guy.
I get that vibe too. I get like he's like a wannabe Mourinho vibes from him, where it's like I'm really cool kind of vibes. And I think he has so much of this like corny media clout behind him from Tottenham that it's annoying. Don't be coming over here talking like how you talked to Walker when he was on the Spurs. Don't come doing that at PSG, because it was cute at Tottenham, but now you're playing a team. There's stars here, buddy. Like you got 2 of the 5 best players on the planet in this team. So I hope you know how to manage some stars. You didn't really have to do that. I know Kane is big, but you didn't have to manage stars before. These are like legit 2 of the top 5 on the planet.
Yeah. And and that's another thing too. He's never managed big stars. And I think that he probably prefers that because then you can assert your authority on them. And I think that and also the French media is brutal. I mean, Tuchel was having like issues. Like French media is brutal. It ain't like you get in England and you stay at a club for like more than 5 years or like 4 years. Like they love you forever.
Yeah.
And it's not like a somewhat big club. This fool never won 1 trophy, and they're talking about giving him a promotion.
He has no pressure.
What's funny? Like when I was listening to Aaron West, he's like, oh, he never won any trophies at Tottenham, but he never really had like that much to work with, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't really believe that. And also, let's not forget, okay? Let's not forget. I think that we broke it down. Damn it, I'm so mad at myself. I wish I remembered that I actually broke down how many trophies Pochettino did not win at Tottenham. And I feel like it was like 40.
You actually broke it down the show. You actually gave some number. He was like 0-9 or some crap.
No. It was like 40 something, because there's like 3 trophies. There's like 4 trophies.
You did math how many trophies you could win per year based upon how many years he coaches. It was pretty nuts. Nuts.
I'm like, this fool missed out on like 29 trophies.
Yeah, it was some bonkers number. I don't think it was 40, but it was definitely.
It was a lot.
And if it's 40, I wouldn't be shocked either. It just sucks because. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, dog, like it's.
I'm so annoyed that I forgot about that till right now.
Another thing I also kind of noticed is like he's already starting to do his little cap headlines where he's like trying to like talk to the media like, we're just still trying to implement this, and I'm like, dog, like, look, dude, I understand if you want to say this is a new regime, we're bringing in, things are run differently under me, maybe like. He could talk about his management styles differently, for sure. Like, I understand you have a different management style. I understand you talk to people differently. But I like coaches that come in with a sense of humility, saying, like, yes, I am here to coach, but I'm also here to learn too. I got to learn these people. Like, it's about learning. Coaching is player management as well. And I think some of the best coaches in the world have always been really good at player management. Ancelotti has always been really good at like understanding players. I mean, like those players thrive under coaches like that. He always gives me this approach where it's like, and I'm just basing this off the Tottenham time. Maybe it's like this is approach because he spent so much time at one place that he grew comfort, like in that one spot. At PSG, if PSG is gonna have any success under Pochettino, he needs to show a new side of him. We need to see a different Pochettino, someone who's willing to adapt. If you're gonna be stuck up and be yourself with Tottenham, you're just gonna flame out in Champions League like everybody else is. But if you show us that you can adapt to situation, you can get success out of club. You can win with this team. You can build more to win this team. But it really takes you being able to adapt to it as well, too. Not just them adapting to you. It's vice versa.
Well, also the thing is with PSG, which is like so peculiar, like it might be the one team, well, maybe like them and Bayern, like you gotta win Champions League, dog. Like, or at least get to the final or semifinal.
You gotta go to the final, dog.
That's all it's about. That's literally all it's about. So
and for us, you gotta go to the final in the non-COVID affected tournament bracket. You gotta go to a regular final. Yeah. I'm sorry, PSG. I'm sorry, dog. You got to the scrimmage finals. That was great. That was damn near French Cup final for us. We need you to get to a regular. You need to fly over there, dog. Got to fly over there.
Okay, I was gonna say this too. When Aaron West and I'm sure others are saying like, oh, he didn't have so much to work with at Tottenham. I'm like, you know what? Let's not forget that while he was managing Tottenham, Leicester City won the league.
Yes, that is the most unforgivable thing in history is that you can't say, oh, he got beat out by all the juggernauts. That's an old statement because people always make the joke that Tottenham is the fringe jug, right? Like they're right there. They just don't have enough to get a juggernaut player. Like think about it, their big signing this summer was getting a reject player from the past from Real Madrid. They got Bale. So like, oh, we got Bale. Like, yes, they have some young talents like the Dutch dude who's a baller with all the crazy ear neck tattoos. They have some ballers, and they got Nona Dembele, who's a we made it favorite. But the year that was there, they were in first place, and they flamed out again, which they've done in the past. They had first place and they flamed out before. And they lost to Leicester, dude. Yeah, you lost to Leicester. You made Jamie Vardy look like a legend. Jamie Vardy is like goated now. Like he can't do wrong.
And also, they didn't even get second that year.
No.
So they also went to a Champions League final. They got beat by Liverpool. I'll give them some credit for that, but it's like
they did.
Yeah. Then the next season he got fired. So it's like
I want to say this though. That was also a weird route. Never forget that journey to that final was kind of goofy too. It was weird. They had a weird journey to that final too.
The reason I give them credit is they beat Man City in the semifinal. So
yeah, but I'm like, but you beat another Prem club in the final, dude. Like, okay, I'm saying like you didn't have to you didn't have to do some insane route like some teams have had. Like you got a little bit like, oh, I got to go to England. Oh no, I gotta go to fly to England. You don't gotta go fly to Spain and go this match in Madrid. You had a weird route.
No, I mean I feel you on that too.
Like that year, Juve advanced, and they had to go score away at Bayern. Scored an away goal at Bayern to advance. I'm like, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, Pochettino is like he's definitely has like inflated clout from the media, and I think it mostly is because he was coaching in England at a team
at a young age too, like for coaching.
And he stayed there. He stayed in England for a long time. And, like, that's just enough to get you, like, they're going to treat you like a genius.
And one more thing about this before we move on. I know, shortest episode ever. But, like, the thing is like, I always feel like that almost hampered him in the end because he didn't achieve success there. I feel like if you're coming in kind of in that rookie-ish time period of big coaching, like, it's bad to stay at one place, like, Tottenham for a long time. Like, that doesn't allow you a lot of room to, like, develop and grow. Like, Zidane started his coaching career at Real Madrid, really, other than working the B team, like Real Madrid. But like, he's had like non-Champion League win years too. Like, he's had successes in like very decent and like good years too. it's a little different when like Pochettino's been the man the whole time, and he's gotten all these alibis the whole time and hasn't had the results to live by it. So that kind of gives you inflated clout that you can't really dish out, because Zidane can, like, he has like the backup for it. Like you don't, like you come in there with that empty trophy case, dude. Like that's what you really come with.
Like Zidane's coaching at a real team, like with pressure, and like he.
I mean, there's pressure at Tottenham too.
No, there's not. There's no pressure at Tottenham, dog.
You don't think there's pressure at all?
No, because Tottenham don't win trophies, so there's no pressure to win them. Like Liverpool has had pressure. Like even when Jurgen Klopp, his first few years, he wasn't winning anything. There was still like, hey man, like we gotta we're still Liverpool. We gotta win something. Tottenham don't ever win anything. So like even for Man U, like winning Europa League is like, yeah, that's kind of lame, but like they gotta win something. You gotta win the FA Cup. You gotta do something. Tottenham never won a damn thing. So like, I mean, we'll see what happens with PSG. There's no there's Champions League pressure. Obviously, Pochettino has been to a Champions League final one time. So it's not like he doesn't have experience in that regard, but it's a totally different situation. And they talked about, oh, he makes the players better. And I'm like, I'm not going to give him that. Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm not going to give him that, dude. Like, I don't think he made Harry Kane better. Like, I think Harry Kane probably was like, I think maybe he was like, look, Harry, you're not really like a for real center forward. So, like, it's fine if you want to drop back. Like, you keep doing it anyway. So I'm not going to tell you to stop anymore. But anyway.
I mean, I already saw people saying, like, oh, he can turn Icardi into Harry Kane. I'm like, buddy boy, there's literally two entirely different skill sets going on here. Don't do this. Don't do this. If anything, Pochettino actually hate Icardi. He's Argentinian, and a lot of Argentinians don't like Icardi. So Pochettino might not ride with Icardi like you think he does, buddy. I don't think he rides with him like that. He has a very low approval rating in Argentina, Icardi. He's not like a favored.
Caesar, have you ever been on Icardi's Instagram?
It's nuts. It's bonkers.
No. Have you have you?
I've been on there before, yeah.
Okay. Icardi comments be like 6 comments.
Well, he has a restricted now.
Yeah. Like he is one of the most loathed people. But I want to say this. Whoever said that, I can't believe that person is commentating, like having a comment about this sport, and they're that dumb. Like, I can't believe you actually watched this to the point you want to comment on something and you said something that ridiculous. But anyway, speaking of center forwards, there is I think there's like about to be an election for the French Football Federation president. And one of these fellas, Michel Moulin, which I feel like I've heard of him, he's saying that he's promising that he will restore Karim Benzema back into the national team. Benzema is 33 years old, hasn't played since November 2015.
That's insane. The second worst one is Lacazette, but go ahead.
Facts. Benzema is going to trial soon over the whole Valbuena sex tape scandal. He's saying that he's innocent, and let's see when this trial is supposed to be. Let me click this link here. But obviously Benzema's forever been saying he's innocent. When is this case being adjudicated? Can I get a date? No date. But here's my thing. The French national team is really weird when it comes to center forward. They just call up Giroud and just like, there's definitely some favoritism and relationships going on there, because I don't know how the hell you call up Giroud and don't call up Lacazette. Like, that's literally insane to me. But, and I think Benzema and Giroud are not friends. Here's my kind of ridiculous question. If Benzema is found innocent of this whole sex mixtape situation, and he hasn't played in the French national team for a minute. Should he sue the French national team?
Absolutely. I think not only you could actually do like a kind of a defamation lawsuit. It's definitely defamation against his name. And this is from just half a semester of law class in Hawaii. Like that's defamation if you're talking about you've had a president who's actually publicly talked very negatively about Benzema, talk about things that he's done, and Benzema's stated over and over he's innocent. And if there's other FA members understand that he's innocent, hey man, you're entitled to that. Like you're entitled to that, especially when the team won a World Cup since then. All this stuff you've lost out on sponsorship, all kind. He honestly, let's keep it real. If Benzema was on that World Cup team, and the year after, I think Real Madrid won La Liga during that COVID year too, and he had a phenomenal year, he would be getting that Ballon d'Or instead of Lewandowski. I'm gonna keep it real.
Wait, or you mean Modric?
I'm sorry, Modric. He would be getting it because Benzema also had a great year. I know Modric is cute, and I love Modric. I have no issues with him. Like, hey man, there's no beef. Like, I don't say this to diss I don't diss this to diss. I'm not trying to diss Modi. I'm just saying, like, if Benzema won that World Cup and then he came back and they won that league, he would be winning that Ballon d'Or, dog. I just simply put. The only reason is because Benzema was there in that final. And then they gave it to Modric because Modric obviously had a great year, Modric, and he also took that Croatian team very far. But who would have been ahead of him? His own teammate, who's on the French team. That's another level right there. I think it's so much he missed out on. And look, I think that's dope that guy's running. I don't know if it's like Barcelona standards where you have to get a certain amount of votes from whatever the shareholders. I don't know how the hell it works, if that's how they do their system. But I think that he deserves it. I think the former president has held a lot of players kind of like against not joining non due to performance standards. Like other leagues have talked, and it's happened in Italy too, and other national teams have had just been the regular policy, which is you perform, you play, right? That's kind of Brazil's policy. Like even if you're Gabriel Jesus, if you don't perform, there's a chance you won't get called up and someone else will. That's how Brazil is. Like other players get called up randomly, but it's because they're performing and they're just looking for answers. France has so much talent that they can have a corrupt president that's allowed to shun people down, and especially he gets to do that the year they freaking win. So, like, as much as Bam likes Giroud, as much Giroud is a baller, it's not. We can't sit here and say he's the best French striker in the world. We're not going to say that, but he was part of that World Cup team, and and they won anyways. But I think that Benzema deserves that chance. If there's court cases showing that he's 100% innocent and all this, then he's absolutely entitled to his rights as a human being and entitled to all that. So hopefully it works out best, and they get, even if it's not that that president of French football, I hope it's another one, or one of them has the same kind of policy about Benzema too. I hope he's not just the only one that feels this way. At least someone else is willing to listen to it.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, he has 81 caps and he hasn't played since then. His game has only gotten better since 2015.
I swear to God, since 2015, he since that the last two Ronaldo years, he looks like 30 pounds lighter. Like he looks a lot thinner, faster. Like he's moving well. My dog, you look like you're really. Maybe he's just like vegan now. He looks really healthy. Honestly, he looks super healthy.
Like I think that he would have had the opportunity to pass. I was just looking up the numbers of caps. He has 81 and he hasn't played in 5 years. Obviously, I think Hugo Lloris has the most. He has 140 something. He's a goalie, don't really count. Thierry Henry has 123. I don't know if Benzema would have gotten 40 caps since 2015, but he would have got a lot.
And he's still going.
Yeah, because you gotta think about in 2015 there was the Euros qualifiers, in the Euros, which they went to the final. Then you got World Cup qualifiers. Then you got the World Cup. Then you got they started doing Nations League. Then you got the friendlies, the one that got bombed. Then you got all kinds of stuff. He could have been up there with Thierry Henry with caps.
Absolutely, and he would have deserved that too, which sucks. Benzema's a great player, fantastic player. It's like I've literally watched Benzema just grow over the years. It's kind of like it's so funny, like being a fan of a team like Real Madrid. There's a lot of players that retain there that have been retained from times. Look at the picture. Look at Marcelo grow. Like these players have grown in the club. When you don't really see that at massive clubs a lot. Like usually there's so much. The stigma against Real Madrid is the Galactica, right? They do this. That's old news. Like that's early 2000s jokes. Like this team has been about building for a long time to get youth. We've watched Vinicius grow. Like we even watched Rodrigo growing. Like we're watching people grow on a team. I mean, he's definitely changed since the first day Bam called him damn near washed. So it's just you get to see these players grow over time. And Benzema's a great example of that. And Benzema's a good up down story. Like that's someone to watch if you want to see like just even when like you're not getting called up by your national team and you're leading the league and you're doing all this stuff and you're playing La Liga, one of the hardest places to lead to be a goal scorer leader in. I mean, we're talking the Messi Ronaldo league, and you're playing with Ronaldo and you're putting up numbers and he's gone and you're still doing your thing. Respect him forever. Like Benzema, respect. Honestly, he should sue and he should say in the lawsuit, if I don't get to be allowed to get picked, I get to go play for Algeria if I want to.
Well, he ain't gonna do that. But.
No, but I'm saying like, if he had, I'm just saying if he had like some kind of expressed interest in playing international sports, then like he should have the option to, because it's not fair to hold it like where you have to play for a national team, but you're like banned from it for no legal purpose. So you should have a right to do what you want after that.
Yeah,
there should be revisions allowed to allow things to be changed. Like, for example, the Balotelli, when he was banned from Italy, like he should be able to do whatever he wants if he wants to play somewhere else, if he has another citizenship somewhere. I know the rules like under 5 caps, but they should make an exception if like unfair reasons are being determined for not being capped.
Benzema never even been to Algeria.
Okay, dog, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, the last year's workout video was in Algeria. He was out there working out in Algeria. So go ahead, dog.
He is with that. I was gonna say something crazy.
Okay, neither does Mahrez, but whatever, dude.
I think Mahrez is from there.
Yeah, dog. Whatever, dude.
I think that like he had a chance to break some records for sure, and he was denied that opportunity. At the same time, like the case, like I mean, he probably had something to do with it. It's kind of random to just be like, huh?
You're not a lawyer, dog.
I know, but I'm like, damn.
I ain't read the case, dog. I ain't read it like that.
I'm like, why would Valbuena just be like, yeah, it was him? You know what I mean?
Hey, I mean,
you also think Bill Cosby's innocent, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like Valbuena. I don't know who's out here really riding for Valbuena. I do not think Bill Cosby's innocent. Don't say that on here. Yeah, I'm the number one fighter against people saying that on Twitter. I hate that crap.
Yeah, it took you a long time to say something.
No, it did not take me a long time to say something.
It did. Anyway, we'll see what happens with Benzema. Whatever his trial is or the case gets decided, who knows? Maybe he'll get found guilty and they cut him from Real Madrid too.
Yo, come on, man. That'd be really bad.
That'd be hilarious.
Actual victims are in play here.
Well, there's definitely victims. Anyway, okay, really quick, some rumors and some transfers. What's the name? Moussa Dembele from Lyon. He has been loaned to Atleti. I think that went down today. There was some.
It was loaned to buy, correct?
With the option to buy, yeah, which I think they will, and then they will sell him up the river.
I almost got happy it was a loan because I'm like, I'm down for it to be a loan. Like, he gets to go back or something like that if it don't work out. And I was like, to buy, I was like, oh, God, no. They're gonna sell you to Celtic, dog. Don't do it.
Back to Celtic.
He's a great player. I don't understand. I know they got him because Costa's gone, but it's like I still like I don't know. I just don't know what's the right. I think they need to get rid of Simeone because I don't feel like Simeone does an offense that's conducive to like strikers anymore. I don't think it's come to that. They're not the old Atletico Madrid. Like the old Atletico Madrid was getting it cracking just because Diego Costa was so ridiculous back then. Like he was just making it happen. Like some people are just so good they can just make it happen, right? And maybe someone like a Griezmann who's not really a true striker can kind of be in a good position there. So maybe they thought that, someone like Felix would be that kind of guy, but Felix has so much more talent than Griezmann that he's being wasted there. Costa's old. Luis Suarez is scoring against Getafe, and everybody's excited about it. So those things don't matter to me. But damn, Musa Dembele is a really good striker. He's really talented. He has good size, good footwork. I wish him the best. Hope it works out. But I just hope he doesn't get bought by them, because I don't think that's a team under Simeone that's really doing the best for the players.
No, I mean, Atleti, even though they're top of the league, like they're trash.
Barely. Very barely.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool to see him go somewhere in England. Honestly, like I was hoping, like maybe he would go somewhere that was like actually fun to watch. But we'll see. Hopefully,
I thought that like. I know Wolves really like Raul Jimenez, but it'd been cool if they got rid of him and got like Musa. Like that's a guy who could take your team to the top 4. Like he's that good.
And a similar skill set to Raul Jimenez, although I do think
he's better than him.
Yeah, I think so too. It's just unfortunate with Lyon. Like he was like last season, he did well, but I think just like Rudy Garcia, like the way he wants to play, he doesn't really want to have like that traditional center forward. And although, like, I don't think him and Memphis Depay didn't play well together, I think that Musa Dembele's game is a lot of back to goal play, which is good.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. It's like you have somebody like Memphis Depay who is like similar to Neymar, and a center forward, like a real traditional center forward who like wants to score goals, might get kind of bored. Like, like there ain't going to be too many crosses coming in. There's not going to be so much like it's just, I don't know. But either way, Musa Dembele is a good player. And if he can get on a good team, which I don't think Atleti is, he can, make something out of himself. They're still talking about Koulibaly like every day. I did not realize he's 29 years old. I'm mad at him for wasting his life at Napoli. I'm so mad at him for that. I was like, he's 29? What the hell have you been doing at Napoli all these years? The hell? Koulibaly.
Oh, man, Koulibaly, it's crazy. I think Koulibaly debuted, oh, man, I want to say something crazy. It was like 2009. I think he's played at Napoli since like 2009 or some number like that. He's been there so long, dog. He's been in Napoli forever. He's actually like, I think the longest Napoli player on the roster right now. Like he's been there so long. So he's been there for a minute.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, dog, what the hell are you doing? I mean,
you know what the deal is, though.
Yeah, it's probably some mafia
for him.
It's probably some mafia thing, but I'm just like, damn, dog, like, come on, man.
I respect Koulibaly for being born in France, playing for Ghana, real one.
Senegal, by the way, but
Senegal. Sorry, this dude has been playing. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. He's been playing in Napoli since 2014, but he's had 195 appearances for them. Oh my god, dude!
Like, why do you want to be there for that long, dude? It's not even like.
I mean, he came from Genk and Metz. I mean, like, dude, like, he kind of made it out.
Napoli's like not even a big club for real. Like,
they have a steam though, and they always maybe he just like. He wants to leave, then he sees like a new jersey drop, and he's like, "Damn, I gotta stay. These joints kind of hard."
he like says he wants to leave, and then the goons show up at his door, with like the dudes that did that drill song.
Why do you every week? Are you gonna bring up this drill song? Is that what you're gonna do? Do you think Koulibaly listens to Italian drill?
Oh, I'm sure he's heard it.
Oh, come on, dog. I don't know. He feels like he's more. He feels more old school. I don't think he's like that.
They're gonna force him into the video.
Come on, man.
Put a gun to his head. You better come be in this video. Anyway, yeah, these rumors are kind of whack. Okay. Ooh. All right. I know you gotta go soon. I don't know. Do you want to talk about Hope Solo and Carli Lloyd or Bill Belichick?
I'd rather talk about Hope Solo because, whatever about.
I'm just gonna say really quick. Bill Belichick was gonna be given the Medal of Freedom by Donald Trump, and Bill Belichick rejected it.
Nice. Also, while you're announcing that Trump was impeached for a second time today. So go ahead though.
We smoking that pack. Okay, so really quick, Tom Lutz wrote an article in the Guardian, and Hope Solo and Carli Lloyd did a BBC The Players podcast. And Hope Solo said, when you grow up in the national team, there was a Mean Girls Club. It was most players have come from rich white families. That is the culture of the United States women's national team. It's a very privileged white culture. I remember Carli, Lloyd, and I always talking about the culture, saying that they have to change it. She said that her and Carli were very welcoming and they weren't bullies. Um, and they said that it's because that they weren't bullies to the other young people coming in because they weren't bullies because they were bullied. Um, she said people were not nice to us. People were not welcoming. They didn't invite you to sit at the dinner table. It was really difficult growing up in the national team for me in the social aspect as well as learning the game. Um, she said now it's different. It's a lot more welcoming and open. But she did kind of say that now the players are kind of soft, like
Oh.
like the new players are kind of soft. They're not like thugged out like they used to be, which I'm sure is true. Carli Lloyd, Jesus, Carli Lloyd almost has 300 caps. What the hell?
She's more who have appearances in her career in regular teams.
Right. I feel like this kind of also solidifies my theory that Carli Lloyd is black. Like, what's the deal here, man? She's blacker than Kristen Press, dude. Come on, man. I need to see Carli Lloyd's parents. And even that last name Lloyd, like, come on, dude. Maybe she's related to Lloyd the singer.
What? What the hell did you just say on this show? You think that she thinks she's related to Lloyd, the singer, who I think is mixed too? You think she's related to Lloyd?
Caesar, I swear to God, they kind of look alike. I swear to God.
No, they don't. You're just saying.
Caesar, pull up Carli Lloyd and pull up
I'm working
Lloyd.
on it right now. Hold on.
Caesar, they kind of look alike.
Hold on.
But yeah, it was just interesting to see, like, and I remember Solo talking about the ponytail posse. Let's see this right here. If you're watching on, if you're watching, please go watch this section on YouTube right now. I remember what Lloyd looks like. They Caesar, pull up that. Holy moly! Look at Caesar's tabs open right here. Oh, Caesar! They kind of look alike.
Yeah, he's been going through it. Jesus.
Okay, but Caesar, don't they kind of look alike on the low?
No, they don't, dog.
Caesar, go pull up Carli Lloyd. The hell's this filled with all caps? Caesar, yes, that one's perfect. Now go back to Lloyd. What the hell is this fool doing?
I want to get a big picture of her.
Caesar is so funny right now. Don't watch this on YouTube. Caesar is drunk. What the hell is this fool doing right now? So mad.
This is so small. These pictures. All right, but whatever. I'm trying to make it look bigger for the people to see.
This is the same dude who clown me all the time about my computer.
This here skills. And this.
Caesar, go click it. That's different. That picture don't count. Give me some other picture of Lloyd. Oh my God, I'm over it now. This is so goddamn drunk.
Here.
Okay, now give me Lloyd.
They're right there. Oh, you can't see on the screen share. Oh.
I swear on God, they're related.
Why do you say that, man?
Oh my God, Caesar, just click. Close these tabs, please. Thank you.
You criticize it. You can't do 2% of that.
No, okay. But yeah, it's interesting. Hopefully they're changing the culture within the U.S. women's national team. Sadly, we never really hear about the culture in the U.S. men's national team. They're probably just making it some boys club and just be probably harassing and beating up the black dudes when they come in. And then Michael Bradley's hazing them. But I'm also glad to see that Hope Solo is still out there. She still does stuff on BN, but I'm glad to see that she's still working with the Guardian because during the Women's World Cup, she was working with the Guardian, or BBC, or both. I can't remember. Anyway, episode 185. Carli Lloyd and Lloyd are related. Caesar, you know that. You know Carli Lloyd know that song. Get it, shout it, get it, shout it, get it, shout it.
Dun, dun.
Oh.
You think she goes, I can make your bed rock?
Oh God, I hate that one. She don't know that one. She don't know that
She
one.
definitely does. That was way more popular.
But she don't get it shouty though.
I
Same beat
mean,
as
I can see Carlo definitely just singing "Get It Shouty." That'd be so funny. She's like, "Oh, that's my cuz."
same beat as Maui Wowie, by the way.
I hate when you do this to me because I have to go listen to it now.
Anyway, episode 185, We Made It podcast. Hopefully next week or maybe sometime soon we'll talk. We'll keep it real about tactics, because they're captics. And what?
What was the show called again? It was called
Don't Reach for My Chain.
"Don't Reach for My Chain." All right, episode. So I'm gonna get a picture of a player.
Oh no, I'm not waiting for you for 10 hours to do some picture, dog. When you gonna have the picture done?
You can do the album thing. I'm gonna do it for Instagram.
When are you gonna have it done?
Instagram, I'll have it done today.
Oh God. This will be 11:59.
Or tomorrow morning.
There we go. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm doing the Instagram one.
Okay, well, can you do it before?
Yeah, you can do the album crap that you want to do. You can do the Spotify upload. I don't care. I'm talking about the IG post.
Before 10 p.m.
I will
please?
try today. I'm going to box. I will try.
Before 11 p.m.
Okay, I can do that. And then I'm gonna play Apex Platinum and get clapped again.
Okay, there we go. Episode 185. Hallelujah.